focused on the investor side, they probably will start to go more. And you are seeing that a little bit more so in continental Europe than you are in the rest of the world right now. But I think this will be a trend over the next. Yeah, I think there's a handful of major takeaways. First off is there's a, not surprising, increased amount of pessimism from the CEOs in the global economy as they look out the next 12 months. Having said that, it's also interesting to find that 42% of them still actually believe the economy is going to grow. So we have a polarizing view, whereas last year we probably had more of a unanimous view of an increasing and beneficial economy. Second, they themselves are struggling with, can they have the confidence to grow over the next 12 months and even 3 years? And that degree of confidence has waned.
I should have asked them about the happiness index.
They had a referendum and it didn't pass.
You can no longer predict the world and what's going to happen. One day we think Brexit's going to happen, and the other day it's off. So you never know where these things are going to go. You today have, okay, we've got trade barriers up in terms of the conflicts with China, and then the next day, oh, hold on a second, we've had a great meeting and they're coming off. So the real question is, lay out a strategy, scenario plan for it, and then get your organization positioned to execute fast.
So I think it was just warp that off. And so,
Did we get everybody something to drink?
you guys okay before you head out?
I can't predict what's going to happen with Brexit or the trade conflicts, but what I do know is that it can't be solved by one side or the other. It's actually got to bring people together more so. And just like in the EU right now, it's going to be back and forth between the EU and the UK right now, including others around them to try to influence, to try to get to a best next step. And there's no ideal answer. There's no right answer. It's probably going to end up being the best answer of the options we have, as opposed to trying to wait for the ideal. And that's where compromise becomes really important. How will, in fact, independent organization?
And then before that, I was in Dubai at Emirates. Done a bit of international.
Every country should be worried about protecting its citizens, its borders, etc. And the challenge is, how do you do that such in a way that it doesn't become a disadvantage to the opportunities outside of that particular country? So again, compromise and striking a balance becomes extremely important, because I don't think any one country can solve its own problems anymore.
The mass class divide has never been wider between the elites, who think the world is going great, and the mass who are really worried, and they're worried especially about automation. Meanwhile, the new finding that's so optimistic is 80% trust in my employer. And that means that companies have a chance to actually restore trust. The advantage for companies that take seriously this idea of employer as most trusted partner is more advocacy, more loyalty, and more engagement by 2 to 1. People said to us, I'll be more loyal as an employee. There's big money in this for companies if they can keep their workers. Here we are. The UK is the poster child for the mass class divide. It's 24 points. It's bigger than we've ever seen. And in fact, the mass population has lost confidence in the sort of ruling class. And that's at the core of Brexit. And my hope is that they come to some accommodation, because all companies are now looking at their options. It's under 60 days left to make a determination. And we need, again, to feel confident and have a good playing field.
You are at the parking and Migros.